Instagram really tried to hurt my feelings. Like, some people it came from a good place, but like some of y'all was out here really trying to get me. Ask the people, what's my style? They're like, no sparkles, no glitter, no Steven Universe, no people, no lineless, no little lines. What am I gonna do? Then they was like, you can't draw nothing cute. And I'm just like, that's what comes out of me. That's apparently what I am and reject all the time. But I was like, do I draw something realistic? That's technically lineless. Like, how do I was like, well, if realism isn't what is the opposite, then like, is graphic design the opposite? My sister was like, you should draw a Gundam. And I was like, yeah, but I can't draw flat things either. Best thing out of this, I think, is finding out I have some mischievous followers, and that's funny. I'm gonna be in pain, but that's funny. I like it. So, hey guys, I noticed in the video that I didn't share what I was actually doing, so I'm gonna go back and fix some of that. So, what I was actually doing in the video was a lot of singing for maybe an hour while I drew. So, first thing I'm doing is sketching out the Gundam ideas, sketching out, yeah, just getting my hands working because I'm drawing in a different style, so gotta get it flexible, get moving, get new ideas percolating. Like, what would I like to do? Thinking of all the things you guys said, what would be best in this situation. And I used a book called 300 design prompts or art prompts. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure I would have been drawing Steven Universe the whole time. That's what my mind goes to right now. Like, that's my baseline. Steven Universe. After that, I pick something to draw, and I remember being like a little frustrated that like it's flat, which is one of the criteria I wasn't supposed to do. But I pretty much started sketching out different ways to draw a tiger, because I wasn't allowed to draw a person. I wasn't allowed to use monotone colors, so like can't use red, pink, or red, orange, yellow, like, because they're in the same family, and that's what I tend to do because it's fun. So I was like, well, what can I do? No textured lines. If I shaded, it couldn't be hard shading, and I was really just going through this to figure out what could I do that wouldn't be breaking the list of rules that was definitely my style. So first illustration was cool, getting my feet wet, trying to figure out like what I liked, and This one ended up, the one I actually picked ended up using a brush that was textured, and so you'll see as I go that I'm like, okay, let's get rid of that. But what's happening now is figuring out what a tiger looks like. I don't draw animals too often, I draw people, and so figuring out what the tiger is supposed to look like. Step one. And from there I like copy it a ton of times, like 4 times, duplicate it, and use that as my base. And from there, every illustration I work on has that as a base, but they're not gonna be the same illustration. They're gonna be in a different style. It's different from my own, but still fun to look at. And I had a lot of fun like working with them, and I'm kind of surprised at the ones that came out. Like, they're cool, good stuff. Like, I'm still really glad that I did it. Right now I'm picking out a color palette that can't be pink. Wow, it was the hardest thing. Like in the video, I'm complaining that like I can't use pink. But first one is about to go down, so hope you like it. This one, I had a lot of fun with this one. It kind of reminds me, like in hindsight, of the Lion King Broadway posters, and I was like, oh yeah, this is really good. This is also a textured brush, and I think it's more textured than the previous brush. Cause I just think textured brushes are so fun. But I got a lot stronger in the line work area. They didn't even have to connect all the way. Like, there's definitely some version of exploration between the first one and the second one. I'm gonna show you what they look like. I'm not sure why I cut off before. For you guys to be able to see the first version, but you'll see it. One of the criteria that I did on the first one is I leave the whites of my eyes the same color as the skin tone of characters. So I ended up coloring the whites of the eyes on the previous version. I'm not sure, like it's different in this version how I color it. It's like a lot of scribbles. So the previous one has the actual shape of the cat head. This one's gonna have scribbles and no eyes, like pupils, if I'm sure. I think I'm sure. We'll see. Third version, really cool. Probably like my favorite. I decided not to use a brush that had a texture. I think I even like tested out a couple to see like what were they about, and I found like this really interesting one that like it pools, like P-O-O-L. Once you draw a line, I just found it very interesting. I use red as a color. As you can see, I'm only using like a limited number of colors. That I'm trying really hard not to make monochromatic. Like even the background, I was about to make a monochromatic, which would have been a part of the illustration's background. So I was like, can't use orange, can't use pink, can't use mauve. So I chose mint, which has nothing to do with orange or yellow. I really like what I did with like the whiskers in the third version and the eyes. Like it's kind of Rick and Morty-ish, how their eyes are squiggles. But yeah, it's just like it's fun. Then the last version having the most fun. You'll see why shortly. But it was just a lot of good decisions on the last one, making it like without any skin tone or sketches, like completely lines, which is definitely opposite of what I do. And the little cross marks in the eyes and the whiskers. So I had a lot of fun. I can't wait to share this with Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. I just have to get better at sharing things, but here you are. Alright guys, that's my art style challenge, and I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe it was a peek behind the curtain. If you like a more peek behind the curtain, check out my Patreon, and also thank you patrons for supporting me. Whew, it's definitely a breath of fresh air, and I appreciate it every day. So yeah, thank you guys, and thank you if you bought something from my Etsy shop too. And I'll see you later. Bye.